Welcome back to the Terrace, another ranking and tiering show for you this evening because no one wants to talk about England versus Andorra. There's no football news out there, but barring half the Spurs squad pretty much being arrested in an international friendly for lying to the authorities in Brazil about quarantine. But we are not going to go into all of that because it's far too serious at 9 p.m. or 8 minutes past 9 on a Sunday. We are tiering this evening and ranking the greatest ever fullbacks in the history of the Premier League. We do have a little section for the contemporary element, looking at some of today's fullbacks, the likes of Reece James, AWB, Trent. Will they potentially be good? Maybe some of you think they're in the top 5 of all time right now. It's going to be a great show. Of course, we're taking your super chats as ever to back your teams. We appreciate the donations to the Football Terrace massively. You really do keep our heads above water and you keep us going. Lady Freya, Baby Jackson, and of course Big Boy Archie respect that as well because they need food. They need feeding. It's actually illegal for me not to feed them. So thank you very, very much indeed for helping me do that. I have a great panel on the show tonight. First of all, making his debut in terms of the digital scene. He is from Never a Foul. He's a Southern Man City fan who reportedly has supported him his whole life. And I'm going to believe him on that because I'm a glory hunter as well. And we got to have these stories. You know what I mean? I supported Man United because my mum was a big fan of Coronation Street. That's my excuse. But man like, and I'm going to get his name right here, Daps. I got it right. Daps. Okay. He's on the show over here doing his singing. A wicked, wicked studio there. We've also got the best looking man, the best looking Arsenal fan on social media. Legit. Honestly, the beard is so strong and thick. I mean, mine's like patchy. You know what I mean? Whenever I see this guy's beard, I feel a bit down about myself. He's got an amazing hairline as well, in shape. He can DJ. He got the music touch down to a T. Man like Harry's back with us tonight. Look at that, man. Stunning, beautiful. Not so beautiful. Sonny is here with us, doing his thing. He's got the hair out. He's still not ironed his bedsheet. I'm only joking. You're a stunning looking geezer. And also joining us all the way from the United States of America. I hope she smiles a bit tonight. Been very grumpy on her social media recently, no doubt. Jess is in the house this evening. How are you? Hope you're good. Welcome, everybody. Make sure you've all smashed the like button, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all on this fine Sunday?
Decent.
Yeah, decent, mate. Thank you. All good.
Good, yeah. Welcome for making your first. I know you were on Friday night on the Terrace, but of course making your first kind of like digital studio appearance. The F Terry, yeah, it's just a bit of a joke. Just a bit of a joke, mate. If you don't like it, like it's just funny. Sunny with cloudy spells.
What does that mean?
Got to be the hair.
Have you never watched the weather report before? That's literally
but what does that mean?
It means it's sunny, but there's cloudy spells. It just means.
I still haven't get it.
It's actually quite funny. It's actually quite funny. I'm enjoying that. Oh, there's a lot of people angry about the panel tonight, saying the panel's dead. That's all right.
Cool. Let's spice it up then.
See you later. I'm off.
You guys can leave. I'm really excited about it. It's a very, very good panel this evening indeed. There is football knowledge aplenty. There's a bit of controversy. I told you, Harry's here, so we've got the beauty taken care of. We've actually got a Man City fan on the Football Terrace. We get told off for that all the time. Proper repping tonight. Terry, have you heard about Argentina? Yeah. I mean, it's mad. I don't really understand how did the officials let them even warm up? That's why I look at this thing as it's not a publicity stunt, but you think, these are some of the most famous football players in the world. They've arrived in their Argentina tracksuits or whatever. You then know where they're from. It's like you read it, Emi Buendia, like Lo Celso, as if they don't know who these people are. When they scan their passport through, it tells you everything. They've been allowed into the country, allowed to train. It was in the media earlier on today that the police would stop them if they started the game. Why even let them in the stadium? It's all very weird. I didn't
know that bit. The police had actually said if they will stop the game if they play, and they still.
I saw a report about 3 o'clock this afternoon saying what has happened would happen. So if a newspaper in England knew it was going to happen, why are they? It's just, do you get what I mean? It all seemed a bit weird to me. But we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll all get sorted out in the end. Terry,
you know what it is, Terry? You haven't got any Chelsea on. That's the issue.
I think
no
so.
No Chelsea, no Man United.
That's not a problem
for you.
He's Man United.
Well, if a Chelsea fan wants to join, give me a DM and actually send me. Do you know what? Send me a DM if I don't know who you want. Maybe we'll get you on. Send me a DM on my Twitter account at Terry Flewers. Nearly on 40,000 followers on there, which is quite nice, by the way. Go and give us a follow. Send me a DM if you want to come on and rep Chelsea. Come and get that done. No Spurs, Alan, bruv. I mean, again, Alan, if you fancy coming on, mate, drop me a little message. You know, we could do it. There's one space left. We don't have any more than 6 because I like it to be symmetrical. I like it symmetrical. I'm not really that tidy a person, but on here I care. True, this is the Chelsea terrace now. Look, Chelsea fans watching, you're in more control than the panel. But we're going to jump straight into this. We've got a lot to get through tonight. We are cheering the greatest ever fullbacks in the Prem. Let me set the rules. There are 2 GOATs allowed because we're allowed a left back and a right. So we can't have 2 left backs. We can't have 2 right backs. But we can have a left back and a right back. There is then 3 more positions in the top 5 category here, as you can see, to make the top 5. There is in good player, future GOATs, and overrated. If you're sitting there going, I don't know what section to put the player in, they don't fit any of them, you can leave a player a little bit like a kind of. Have you ever saw that cheap mock-up version of the Hunger Games? I think it was called like Insurgent or something.
Yeah.
You seen that film? Like, like you can be one of the fractionless people. Like someone here can be fractionless tonight. That's what can happen to them. So get that done and get it in. Terry's I am a Man United fan. A lot of people have been questioning that recently because I say nice things about other clubs. But there we go. There we go. Right. Let's get the show on the road. I picked the first one. I'm going to go with Harry first of all. And Harry, I'm going to give you. We're going to start off with a real juicy one to get the show off to an absolute banger. And I'm going to give you Dennis Irwin.
Oh, that is a good one. I mean, it's got to be. I feel like it's got to be top 5, right? I feel like it's got to be top 5. Dennis Irwin was class. Like if Dennis Irwin was Spanish, he'd be discussed like one of the best left backs around. I'm gonna say top 5. I mean, he was a little bit before my time, but I feel like everyone knows he was a class player. I'm gonna say top 5, but I'll probably change that in a bit once I see everyone else. But yeah, top 5 for me. He took free kicks as well, right? He used to score free kicks for fun.
Penalties, 100%. He could take a free kick. Do you know what?
Ones. Low. Used to keep it low and bend it and put it right. He used to keep him low.
He was very, very. Do you know what? He's actually would be my shout for the GOAT, right? And I'll tell you as to why. Just a reason. He was a right-footed right back who got moved across to the left when Gary Neville broke through, and he was the best left back in the league for a decade. But he was right-footed and actually a right back. It's ridiculous how good he was as a football player. The one thing I'd say,
someone GOAT for that.
Well, you can because he dominated, won trebles, won more leagues. He did everything. Look, the point I'm making is, it's like, would Ashley? We haven't got to Cole yet, but would Ashley Cole have been as good if he played for 10 years at right back every week?
No evidence.
I'm just saying, no evidence. No, well, yeah, I'm just saying, but we have got the evidence of Irwin anyway. We'll testify to you know that. I'm always going to back the Man United player, especially with no KJ and Neeks here for me tonight. But there we go. We have a super chat straight away here that says, "Have you seen what's happened in the Brazil-Argentina match? Brazil's officials have come on the pitch and stopped the game after 7 minutes because a few Argentina players have travelled to play who are based in the UK." Yeah, Joel, we spoke about that at the beginning of the show, mate. It's again, why let it go on 7 minutes? You obviously knew they were there. Maybe that's the rule. Maybe like there's a law. It's like they've got to have partaken in 7 minutes before we can actually stop them. Maybe that's why this has been allowed to happen. But I don't know. Maybe I don't understand why. We'll wait for 7 minutes to see if the players remove themselves. If they don't, we'll arrest them. I
South America.
Yeah.
I don't know the laws. I don't know the customs, but it does
probably to do with the bet.
Yeah, maybe. I heard a rumor that Messi could have scored like broke a record tonight, so maybe that's what it was all about, stopping that record from happening. I don't know, but there we go. Thank you for that super chat, buddy. Next on the show, picking their first player tonight is going to be LFC Sonny, and I'm going to give you Leighton Baines.
Obviously a great left back, but for me, it's just I think because he played so many games, he's a bit over respected. So for me, I'd put him in overrated, not just because he plays for Everton either. He's a very good left back, but I think it's so much because he played more games than most other fullbacks.
Yeah.
And a one-club man, he's that respected, which is fair enough as a player, not for me.
Leighton Baines was class.
What's the matter?
Leighton Baines is class.
Everyone on this list is class, though.
I don't think it's overrated. I think if anything, it's underappreciated. I think he could have easily played for a bigger club. He was close to going to Man United, right? Am I right in saying that?
So a lot of people.
I feel like if he took that one big move up, he would have been discussed with a lot more respect.
I think when we get down to it, we'll start talking about like actual what they've won, and then we'll have to knock him down anyway if we give him a better, rating.
Leighton Baines, when I for years was an advocate until he was the main left back at the 2014 World Cup, and he let me down so bad. I've never forgiven him. It was such. It was the first time I'd ever called a player a fraud. It was like, you frauded us. You made us think you were so good. When he had the opportunity at the highest level, that was my issue. He never quite made it. No big team ever tried to buy him properly. That's why I agree with Sonny. I put him in overrated, because if he was as good as everybody made him out to be, a big club would have bought him.
What, a bit like Harry Kane?
I swear Man United went in for him, Terry. I'm sure you guys went in for him, but it was a case that he chose to stay at Everton. I'm sure.
I don't know. Check. We might have done in the Moyes era, but I don't know. We'll see. But he's in overrated right now. Next, we're going to be going to... Who's up next? Next is going to be Daps, and I'm going to give you Stephen Carr of Tottenham.
Right, this is so quickly. You've given me one that I'm just going to finish really quickly. What was the one where it's just forgettable?
I mean, they can just be... I mean, you can put him in good player, or you can just leave him uncategorized, leave him out.
Yeah, leave him. Leave him. Before, when you told me what the show was about, I had a quick look to refresh my memory, and I saw him mentioned. I thought, no,
there we go. There we go. And it just as we say that, actually, we are going to be joined in a few moments by Alan, who is a Tottenham fan, to come on and have he say he's got the link now. But Carr has been placed. Well, he hasn't been placed. He's fractionless. He's fractionless. He has no home. He has no home here, the terrace. Jess, with you next, and I'm going to give you Lee Dixon.
Ooh.
I love Lee Dixon, obviously, but I'm looking at some of these other people on the list, feeling like he might get knocked down quite quickly. 4 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups. Definitely one of the best fullbacks that we've ever seen. What are the categories again? Let me see them again. Yeah, I'm going to put him in good player.
Ooh.
I'm going to put him in good player. Yeah. Ooh, how many can go in top 5? Or there's just 5. Obviously. What am I saying? So there's only 5, so there's going to be 4 more added. Maybe. And I'm seeing other people that I know are going to knock him down anyway. So I think good player is good. Harry, am I wrong?
Yeah, I agree. I feel you're right with Lee Dixon. Maybe, a good solid right back, but maybe not top 5, but a good solid player that won a lot in his career. He didn't really get that many England caps, did he? Like 20 odd, am I right? He was never really he never really achieved much for England, but I think a good player is a fair assessment of him. Yeah.
He also got taken on twice in that famous Ryan Giggs goal, which is always great. Like, imagine getting beaten, the most famous goal in the history of the FA Cup, and you got taken on twice.
Such bad defending for that goal, right? Such bad defending as well.
Oh, I mean, yeah. The best bit about that goal for me, and I always like to get this out there, is that night. Nah. Patrick Vieira that night was a don. He didn't misplace a pass. Like, I didn't feel like he misplaced a pass all night. And it annoyed me because it was like there's the times where he played these brilliant passes and we almost cut them out. And it's like, why won't he? Was having a great game, and it was the only bad pass he made led to the greatest goal in the history of the FA Cup. So amazing, right? We're gonna go to Alan, and then we'll go back round as everyone else had a pick so far. So Alan, so Joel here says that the Brazil-Argentina game has now been suspended. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. So Alan, I'm going to give you your first pick, mate, and I'm going to give you Bacary Sagna.
What are the categories? For me, Sagna was overrated. He was decent at certain times, but he had so many errors in his game as well. I don't think he was amazing. I don't think he was anything other than overrated from those categories you have there.
Fair enough. Right, I'm back with Harry again now. We're going to go back around to Harry. He's getting his next pick. And Harry, I'm giving you Reece James. Chelsea's current right back, Reece James. Champions League winner.
This is a tough one because I absolutely despise him. But I think he is a future GOAT.
No.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
He's a future GOAT. I
think so,
Agreed.
yeah. I think he's got
Agreed. What? You lot agree?
I think he's got all the attributes to be an incredible right back, almost of a Carl Walker mould, but better going forward and maybe stronger defensively. So yeah, I'm gonna say a future GOAT, reluctantly because I don't like him, but yeah, good player. But just quickly, can I go back to Bacary Sagna very quickly?
Yeah.
Listen, out of all of those right backs in that Arsenal list, Bacary Sagna would be my number one. Bacary Sagna was brilliant, absolutely brilliant right back, undefeated, great in the air, solid, physical, fast, good cross. But anyway, enough of Bacary Sagna. I'm going to say.
Can I say about the Reece James thing though? Well, you do realise future GOATs, like the word GOAT's in there. Reece James, I'm not being funny, has he shown anything to be a GOAT? For me, the only reason why his game's so good is because of physicality. He will get found out eventually. There's no way he's going to be a GOAT.
What?
But it lies in future GOAT. Future being the key
No,
word
yeah, exactly.
there.
No, I'm not saying he's a GOAT now. Of course he's not a GOAT now, but let's be real. Reece James as a future GOAT. You do realise there can't be too many future GOATs. There can only be a few.
No, Sonny. I think you can have a number of players. I look at Reece James. By the way, his game is not about physicality only.
I think it is. I think his pace he heavily relies on.
Hang on. He's a great crosser of the ball. He can defend. He's got it all. And he's a young man who's already won a Champions League. He's part of this brilliant Chelsea team that's just got just stacked with quality. And he is a starter. He is one of the main men under Thomas Tuchel. Does he have to improve and be consistent to eventually maybe one day go into these GOAT categories? Yes, but to suggest that he doesn't have the potential to do that right now, that's a madness, Sonny.
No,
that's a
future GOAT. Terry, future GOAT. I think, are we overlooking the word GOAT here or something? And Reece James, look, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. He's a good player, of course he is. But the thing is, you say he's good at crossing. He's good at crossing. He's not great at crossing. He's not great at defending either. He's good at defending. He's an all-round decent right back. For me, he's nowhere near going to be a future GOAT. I think all round he's decent, no more than decent on any attribute though, and that's where his problem is. What's his like main one attribute where you can look at him and go, that's why you're so good? I can't look at anything. He's good for being all round, but that just keeps him as a decent player.
Have you seen the guy strike the ball? Like
I have. He's got a good hit on him.
So
but you can't just say,
what game are you watching? He's not decent. He's actually
he's maximum decent for me.
I think that's we'll wait.
Surely goats should be better all round than just in one individual aspect as well. Goats have it all, don't they?
Yeah, no, it should. But you see many.
So he's got them all.
No. You see many fullbacks in the league who play for Everton, West Ham, the likes of those clubs, who are just decent all-round fullbacks. You see all the top ones always have one very good attribute, or all-round are very good. I don't think Reece James is going to get to all-round very good.
Reece James, for a player of his age, has excellent positioning. He has very good reading of the game. He's sensational in one-on-one defending. His defensive duels statistically are one of the best in the Premier League. He has got the speed and the physical attributes, which is not something to take away from somebody. It's to benefit them. Carl Walker wouldn't play at this level without his speed. That's why he's on this. That's why he's not on this list. His speed gets him out of trouble. You very rarely see, even at a young age, Reece James having to use his speed to get him out of trouble when he's made mistakes defensively. Thus, his positioning is generally very good. He can cross the ball. He's got a naturally clean strike. They're just a number of things that he is very, very good at. But
Terry, one other thing that Reece James has shown at a very young age, big game, Champions League final. The way he pocketed Raheem Sterling was insane. Like it was insane. And at his age, in the Champions League final, to perform like that, that's an attribute. Like, that's attributes that a lot of
Fair
top
play, but
5
Sterling
players.
was pocketed for about 6 months at that point, every single game up until that game.
I mean, Sterling's a different conversation, but the numbers don't lie, and Reece completely pocketed Sterling.
So there was a comment from somebody here, I can't find it now, where they said, Terry, what do you mean good position? And he got teared up by Tierney. Of course, he'd made mistakes in games, but this is what we're talking future for his age. This kid also has gone from playing right back to full back to the right-sided centre back in his team. And every time he's moved into one of those positions, he has been near on perfect in them. But he has been placed already. We have a super chat here that I'll do before we move on to the next pick. He says the same way Trent can't be a future GOAT as he has been found out already as a horrendous defender, as every team attacks Liverpool on the right. We will get to Trent a little bit later on in the show. James is not
Sonny's reaction.
Trent didn't pocket.
Sorry, mate.
Trent
One second.
didn't
Let me just read this other super chat. Sorry. It says James is not a future GOAT. Great, not GOAT, is what Special AZ has got to say. Sorry, you were going to say something there, Daps.
Well, if we want to talk about everyone's pocketed Sterling, Trent did not pocket Sterling one bit. So I guess we've got to put Trent straight off the list then, if you can't pocket Sterling.
No.
And we'll be on to him very, very soon indeed. Next up to have their next pick is going to be Harry. And Harry, I'm going to give you Cancelo.
You gave me Reece James, did you know?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Reece James. Sorry, I'm going to go to Sonny then. And Sonny, I'm going to give you Cancelo.
There's not really much to say. He was in Italy before he came to the Premier League. Are we just speaking about Premier League?
Yes.
Yeah. So Premier League, I think his first season wasn't that great, and then the second one was pretty decent. At times, he was like the best fullback in the league. But what's the middle category? Just good or great? Good. Yeah, good fullback. Nothing really more to say about that. I think he's like 26, something like that. He's all right. He's a good fullback. Nothing really more to say.
Last season,
Overrated.
Last season was interesting, was him because
Overrated.
I would actually put him in overrated. Yeah.
Overrated.
Well, I was going to ask about that because halfway through last season, a lot of City fans are talking about him as like one of your star players and one of the best fullbacks in the league. And then he died of death the second half of the campaign.
Terry, was that City Twitter? Was that the underage City fans that don't really know? He's overrated, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not saying he suits Pep's style of football. Our fullback suit Pep's style of football because ultimately they're midfielders. For me, Walker's pace, obviously. Cancelo did nothing. I prefer Zinchenko to Cancelo if I'm being 100. I'm not sold on Cancelo at all. Really not sold on him. I'm not saying he's bad.
Consistent and he's not consistent.
Nah, he's not. And that's why the business end of the season, Walker started every crucial game. Like Cancelo was not. It just wasn't even on the list. It's great that he can play left and right back. That's the only. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He should be in a good player. That's it. Or overrated because of the way some people on Twitter get carried away and start putting him in should have won. Like I saw him have 3 games and I had people saying, "What best fullback in the league?" No.
I got into a route again with a really big guy on YouTube in City World. He did actually respond to my tweet saying, "I don't know who you are," and I nearly responded back with, "You definitely do."
Esteemed company.
I'm not saying who it is. I pretended he didn't know who I was, and I'm like, "That's
bit bias."
That's weird. I wasn't even having a go at Cancelo. What I said was City fans were putting out tweets saying best fullback in the league when he came on in that FA Cup game. You know, when you were losing to the lower league team, Cheltenham, and he did come on and turn that game around. But they told you he's the best fullback in the league. And all I said on my stream was
against Cheltenham.
It's Cheltenham. And that bit got clipped up and put out there. And it was like, I can't believe these people are hating on the best fullback in the league. And I'm like, still to this day, I'm like, it was Cheltenham, bruv. Like it's
Didn't Aubameyang get a hat trick the other day in the Carabao Cup against West Brom or something?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
In fairness, that is what led to Doobs. No, Doobs said he would shave his head because he believed they were going to beat. Yeah. Because of that hat trick. So there we go. We're going to move on though. He's been put into good player there, Cancelo. I'm going to go
overrated.
I'm going to go to Daps. Because Sonny got to place him, so he's been put in good player, but Sonny might be able to move him later. I'm going to go to you, Daps, and I'm going to give you Ivanovic.
Oh, well, do you know what? You don't want me to talk much, do you? Because it's really easy. Top 5. That's it. Top 5.
Why?
Strong going forward, strong defensively. What he's won.
I think we can't say too much about what these players have won. I think, especially with the fullbacks back in their day,
Right.
they don't have near as big of a role as the fullbacks in this generation do. I think when we're speaking about trophies, you can name many players. If they played for Man United, they've won about 8. Does it really match their ability? I don't know.
All right, but based on that, I'm already thinking we've been through how many of it so far? How many of the list have we been through?
We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to go, including Gary Neville, Cole, Zabaleta, Clichy.
So maybe I'm at an advantage that I did a little look into who people generally listed the top 5. Look, fullbacks, we're not blessed with the best talent in the Premier League, really, fullbacks wise. And that was when someone spoke about GOATs earlier. I can probably think of 2 GOATs in the Premier League at fullback. If we're going by,
I don't think top 5 is too bad a shout. He's in there for now. That's where he is. That's where he is for now. Next up, we're going back to Jess, and I'm giving Jess the man. I think we all fell in love with this guy back in 2009, 2010, around that time. We all fell in love with him. We all felt sorry for him. He's moved on since, got a lovely new wife. Faithful, I heard as well, I believe. Wayne Bridge. Where would you put Wayne Bridge?
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for this guy. He had to change his whole life around because his best friend did him dirty. But I guess I don't want to be harsh.
No.
I think he's good, but I don't even know if I want to put him in the good category. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're right.
I feel like we just feel sorry for him, but I mean, was he really that good? So what's that category? Should we put him in overrated?
Okay. Well, at least
no one makes him. No one makes him.
Let's not mark him. I don't know why. Guy.
Wayne Bridge is being left out for the second time in his professional career. Wayne Bridge is out in the cold. He's out in the cold.
Okay, so all I know about Wayne Bridge is the story. That's it. I can't really think of anything past that.
He was a good fullback, but do you know what I mean? Bin Bags FC, bro. Bin Bags FC strikes again. That's where he has been placed. We're going to go back now to Alan. Alan, I'm giving you. By the way, Alan Carr's already been. Not Alan Carr. Stephen Carr. Alan Carr's a goat. Interesting fact. Alan Carr's dad was one of the chief scouts at Newcastle, who bought the likes of Czech Toyote and all them stars they had, the likes of Czech Toyote, Demba Ba, all those guys that came in around that time. It was Alan Carr's dad, Graham Carr, that was the chief scout that brought them all in. But Stephen Carr's been left fractionless. He wasn't given a position on the board, Alan, to let you know. We're going to go to another Man City player, though, Alan. I'm going to give you Gael Clichy. Invincible winner, I think, as well.
Oh, don't get me started on the invincible thing. It's good up front, but behind the set, it's held up by a load of nonsense, basically.
More than what you.
I'm going to say for Gael Clichy, a good player. I thought he'd done well for both Arsenal. It's okay, you can keep that. It was good for Arsenal. He was good for Man City, so I'd say good player.
I think most people would say that's pretty fair. Good player. So we're back with Harry again now, and Harry, I'm giving you Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Be careful,
please.
Let's have a look at the categories, please.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
And do you know what, Terry? Let's just put one thing. We can forget tonight's performance because that wasn't as a defender.
I mean,
even though it's piss poor.
Top 5, I'd say.
Fuck off. Sorry.
What? In Premier League history, already Trent top 5.
Yeah.
No, Harry.
Hang
So
on,
is this
Harry,
full-
hang on a minute, everyone. I need to ask Harry this again. Straight dead.
One second. One
Silence,
second.
please.
Wait.
Silence,
No.
please, everyone.
Take me off full
Silence.
screen. Let's not get this big
No,
moment.
no. It's a big moment here. I need to ask you. I need to know. Have you really
This is my moment.
Look. One second. Look, right. I've just said to you, Reece James is a future GOAT, right? Back off maybe 2 full seasons at Chelsea and winning the Champions League. Trent's been in and about it for 3 years, 2 90+ point seasons with Liverpool, won the Champions League, two Champions League finals back to back, Premier League title. I feel like whether it's now or in 2 or 3 years' time, I think in 10 years' time we'll be talking about one of the best right backs to have ever played in the Premier League. So
Guaranteed.
I'm going to say top 5. I feel like I know defensively you can get at him. I know that. But listen, every single defender makes mistakes. Every single defender.
Yeah.
So
on
I'm
that,
going to
Sonny,
say top 5.
So, Sonny, do you agree? Do you think Trent Alexander-Arnold is already one of the top 5 fullbacks in the history of the Premier League?
You know what? You lot are going to probably despise me for this. When you lot were reacting saying, what, when he said top 5, I'm putting him in GOAT. I'll tell you why I'm putting him in GOAT.
Because you're a Liverpool fan.
No. You need to hear me out because this guy guaranteed in 10 years' time will be the GOAT if in your opinions, if not already mine. At 19 years of age, he changed the position on the football pitch which he plays. He literally revolutionized the right back position into how he plays it at 19 years of age. And since then, he's never looked back. Premier League, Champions League. And if we had different owners, like even a Man United 10 years ago, put him in any other team in the top teams, he wins so many more trophies and he's probably their best player. So to change the game at 19 years of age, I have no doubt he's the GOAT because if you lot obviously don't believe that, you lot didn't even think he was at top 5, which is ridiculous to me. In 10 years' time, he will be the GOAT for you because that's guaranteed of how he's going. There's no way a player like him gets any worse.
You're projecting, though. I mean, on most of these, we have to go by what's actually happening at the moment. And so the most that you could probably give him is future GOAT.
No. Like Agreed. I said, the reason I put him GOAT is because he changed the position.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, go on, Jess.
No, all I was going to say is that a lot of what you were saying was projection based on if he had been in this team, if we had spent more money. Based on right now, he has a Champions League and a Premier League. Like, he's really, really good. And I don't think he's going to get necessarily worse. But I can't. Generational talent, Neeks has convinced me on that 100%. You have to give him that. But it's definitely future GOAT, maybe top 5. But to try to give him the GOAT, like, I can't, like... Come on.
So, Sonny, I hear what you're saying, Jess, 100%. Sonny, I want to ask you a question here. When you say he changed the position, how? And what I mean by that is, and I'm going to preempt this rather than trying to set, I don't think I'm setting you up. Yes, he's a very attacking fullback, but there's always been attacking fullbacks. What he does have is a cross, which is one of the best crosses from a fullback I've ever seen. That doesn't mean he's changed the position. It just means that he has a weapon in that position that people before him didn't have. I don't. When you say change the position, what does he do as a fullback that no other fullback in Europe? You've just said he changed it. What no other fullback before him ever did.
Trent revolutionized the position. You look at other teams where they're top teams. You say that there was already attackers, like Daniel Alves, Marcelo, the likes of that, but they play for top teams that attack and they only attack. They don't have much defending to do. Liverpool a few years ago had much defending to do, and this is where it all changed. We still had to defend a lot, but we could still put Trent in that position and still to try rushing back. We revolutionized that position. Pep copied it. Almost most teams in the Premier League copied it by pushing their fullbacks up and delivering crosses in the box and even going out in the market to buy fullbacks to match that sort of system. Trent's the reason why teams have done that. And for me, there's no doubt that's why he's a GOAT. Because the revolutionized position at 19.
I need to cut in. You keep saying revolutionized. What has he done that fullbacks didn't do before? Specifically,
far
what has he
more
done?
than you do. Deliver crosses constantly inside the box and not just deliver crosses, but when you're so good like Trent for me is probably, in terms of Liverpool's players, one of the most technically gifted. And like I said, even other teams look in the market for fullbacks like Trent who can deliver a cross in the box. And now just so they can copy that system, so you can bring him into that position up the field, cross in the box, almost go into like a midfield position, but still at fullback.
You're talking about quality, not revolution. Sorry, I just had to get No. You're talking about quality. That's playing like a midfielder as a right back is not revolutionary. Laurent did that. He was a midfielder that converted into a right back. and plays fullback like a midfielder. Like, that's not revolutionizing the position. You're talking about quality. The types of crosses that he puts in are high quality. Crossing is not revolutionary for a right back. That's what they've been doing.
You're saying it stuff like that. You're saying basic stuff, but you can only revolutionize a position by doing stuff that exists in the game. Like, you can't do stuff that you do in baseball by revolutionizing a position. You have to do...
So who's better for you, Messi or Ronaldo?
Well, technically Messi, but as a career Ronaldo. So Messi as a player.
Okay, well, Cristiano Ronaldo has had it put to his name that he invented the inside forward position that had never existed before. So based on your logic, Messi can't be better than Ronaldo because Ronaldo invented a position Messi didn't.
No, because I never said that I never said Ronaldo's the GOAT. Messi's still the GOAT for me as a player.
No, but you're saying Trent's the GOAT because he revolutionized the position over everybody else. Therefore, if Cristiano Ronaldo revolutionized a position and Messi didn't, Messi can't be the GOAT.
But what you're forgetting at the same time is Trent, what I said a minute ago, one of Liverpool's most technically gifted players.
Ronaldo's technically gifted.
I think we're forgetting Trent is a fullback, and I'm pretty sure in the last 3 seasons he's had more assists than Kevin De Bruyne, who for me is the best midfielder by far in the Premier League.
Okay, listen, and again, I listen. We're gonna leave it to the viewers because we can keep debating this. I just like to ascertain where you're coming from, and your logic around that in terms of it. So, I mean, I disagree that he revolutionized the position. I think Klopp's system made your fullbacks the chief playmakers because they had great quality of crossing. I think that's more Klopp than it is Trent. Trent's quality allowed it to work. Because I don't think Trent sat there and went, right, Klopp, this is what we're going to do. I don't think.
No, but it's Trent's ability that's made that work. So it is Trent.
So that's quality.
That's what Jess said.
And technique.
Original basis is BS. Philip Lahm has played that position better than Trent. Revolutionary, my back foot. If we're still talking about his defending in a few years' time. But there we go. We're going to move on from that. Trent has been put into top 5, though, not GOAT. That was Sonny's opinion as opposed to...
I didn't even put him there, did I?
Well, no, you didn't put him there, but you gave an opinion. It's all good. We're going to go back to Sonny now. And Sonny, your next pick is going to be Zabaleta.
Well, he was a part of that Man City team, like their first team that was one of their first best teams. So, good player, but and I'm not going to even be biased. It's just the fact that he played for Man City, I've not seen enough of him because Man City players, you even look at legends, they're not recognised compared to any other top club's legends. So, for Zabaleta, for me, I still apply that logic because I still don't know enough about him as a Man City player. Maybe that's my fault, but I'd put him in the what's the one below top 5, just good.
Just good. Fair enough.
Good. Yeah.
That's where he's been placed. We're back with Daps, and I'm giving you Laurent. What'd you say, mate?
I'm rattled fully. The Pep comment. You know what? I really, you will have noticed so far, I'm not a bias. I've been putting City players very far down. The comment about Pep copying Trent, right? Do you watch football? Do you watch Man City? And do you watch Liverpool? So Trent, Trent crosses the ball, right? Pep doesn't really deal with crossing the ball. So I'm confused at what you're even talking. Your head top's in the cloud. So are you, bruv. Like, honestly, what are you talking about?
Or having your fullbacks on the second half of the pitch when Pep never done that before. Trent went into the market and bought Cancelo in try and copy.
Did you watch Pep before this? Did you watch Pep before Manchester City?
Yes, and that's he was in the best team in the world where you have no choice but
he played the same style of football, right?
Not the exact same style, no.
Honestly, if you think Pep's copying, do you support Liverpool? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Cool. Let's move on. So, Lauren, he's got to be a good player. He's a good player. Good player is the one below top 5, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's a good player. I don't think he's a top 5. But he was a solid player, part of the Invincibles, but we can't talk about what people have won. But good player.
I mean, I've got to be really honest here. Zabba disrespected here. I'm fuming right now, is what Centurion says.
Facts.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you are super chatting in, but you're not giving me any direction around what you want me to do with your super chats. We so appreciate the donations on the terrace. But remember, £5 to move someone up and down any category, £20 anywhere you want. If you want to create a new tier, it's 50. We're paying homage to the previous people. We have got one here that's come in that's given us a direction. It says put Trent down to future GOAT. So Trent's he can only be moved down one category. But I kind of feel like good and future GOAT can be considered one category in that's two blocks. So Trent has been moved down.
I wish there was an underrated tier. Like I wish there was something like that. I think Pablo Zabaleta actually falls there than anything. I think he's so underrated, but he's not top 5. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I think he's better than good. Good seems disrespectful for him.
Yeah, I feel like.
I mean,
good,
I look at
great, good / great.
Yeah,
Good to great.
Okay, well, I can make that little amendment if that makes everybody feel
because
that's like a safe space for us.
I know he didn't win as much as other people, but when I look at like for the last 10 years or so, like he's definitely somebody that pops into my mind, like underrated.
Well, I've changed it to good stroke great. That's what we've done there. That makes everyone feel nice and safe.
Yeah, I feel a lot better now. Actually, I'm happy to get that right now.
I'm glad I created a little safe haven.
Were you about to say something about Lauren?
I think Lauren could. I'd argue he could be in the top 5.
Okay.
No, legit. Like you got to understand, I am very critical of Arsenal Football Club for where they are now, but Arsenal Football Club in my lifetime, up until like my mid-20s, were an exceptional football club with world-class players. People just don't. Most like youngsters, Arsenal fans, like the likes of young Samuel that come on the show, he doesn't remember Arsenal being good.
Well, I think Bellerin is our best ever right back.
Mate, like this is the maddest thing about it. Arsenal fans as young as Sam, the last time Arsenal actually had like a plethora of talent in their team, man was on the breast. Man was on the breast. Like he was. Man was being breastfed at that gripe water. That's where he was, or he's being carried around by his dad every day in a ball sack. Like these guys weren't born. I feel sorry for them. I feel really sorry for them. Charles here says, as a reference, Steve Curry revolutionized the NBA game with his 3-point shooting, but that does not mean he is the GOAT, is what Charles says. I assume that means that. He's somebody that started taking more 3-point shots than anybody else before. I assume that's what that means. I don't watch. I've been watching that show. Is it called The Last Dance with Michael? Michael Jordan's the man. I love that guy. Honestly, I've fallen in love with his work ethic. It's like I'll talk about it off air. Actually, put Trent in flop. Man can't even defend. Look at this. Centurion has stepped up here. There's a book on him now.
Sonny's face.
He moved into overrated. That means it's going to cost at least £10 to get Trent out of overrated based on the 2 super chats that have come in, because we have to respect the people that are donating to the tier. £10 to move him on. Right. Up next, it's going to be Jess. We're back with Jess, and I'm giving you Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Whoa. He made this list.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You know what's so funny is that, you kind of do this thing where you're like, best defensive fullback in the league. There's no separate category. You're either a fullback or you're not. There's no different categories. I would say he's a great shutdown defender, but he lacks something going forward. I mean, I don't know. I would say, but I don't want to be too harsh because he is elite at defending, and that's the job, isn't it? Is to actually be able to defend at least a little bit. So I don't want to be too harsh. I'll put him in. No, you can't go in good player, can he? Yeah, I got to put him in overrated.
Yeah.
What?
Positioning's dreadful as well.
I think this is when you need like another category, like just okay. I feel like you'd put him in the just
I'm sorry.
okay.
No, but he's overrated.
He's elite in one thing, but
I'm done. I'm not listening to this. I am being a dictator. No, I'm being a dictator. I don't care. It's my chance. This is where the arrogant, horrible Terry, like the Michael Jordan in me comes out. Like, that ain't up to my standards. That's terrible punditry there. Done. Out of here. Listen, it's Simbin, 5 minutes. Actually, go make yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. See you in 5 minutes. No, I ain't joking.
You've cut her off, I've just realised you've cut her off.
100%.
How did he not get cut off? How did he not get cut off? No, I can't even do it now, bruv. You've moved us apart. How did he not get cut off? How did he not get cut off?
I need
Come
to
on
ask this
now.
question. What's everybody's issue with Aaron Wan-Bissaka? He is
I don't have an issue.
absolutely amazing. He's amazing.
You're the one that should have the issue, Terry. He plays for your team.
He's
Hold on.
elite
Alright.
in one part and like very, very bad in the other. And then
What,
you
like
guys
Trent?
also
Like
said
Trent, the goat?
that his
Like Trent, the goat?
positioning on crossing is not great either. Sorry, like, come on, you can't put him. Look at the people in good. Look at the people in good. Is he similar to them? Not really.
He has the
Trent
ability.
got mentioned as a goat. Trent got mentioned as a goat, right?
No,
For his
sorry.
crossing ability.
The only reason why I'm putting him in
Wan-Bissaka's a defender.
overrated is because there's not a category for just okay.
No, but he is over. You're right. You're literally speaking facts. He is overrated because we've had Man United fans tell us he's the best right back in the league. He's better than Trent. He's better than whoever
Best
else is in the league.
defensive. They like to add that one in
But
there.
you're
Best
overrated
defensive.
Trent.
No, they've
fullback
moved.
in the
No.
league.
They went from best fullback in the league to the best defensive fullback in the league to the best African,
you know-
whatever nationality is
But
fullback in the
Sonny,
league. He's
Sonny,
none of them.
Sonny,
Yeah, but hang on,
you're
Sonny.
overrated Trent
Go on.
now.
Trent's a crosser of the ball. Like, and you're putting him as a goat. So if we're talking about a defender that can defend, then fair play that people are talking his name. They're not even saying goat. You're saying goat about someone that can cross.
No, but Wan-Bissaka is
Full stop.
overrated defensively. His positioning, that's a defensive attribute. Is
Hang on a minute.
No.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Though. Hang on a minute. Though. Hang on a minute.
Wow.
Trent is over every category is a worse defender than
statistically last season. Trent was better defensively than Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
What do you mean? Yeah, but also we're going by stats on defending now. See, this is what I hate about. You've been on the show before and told me stats don't mean nothing. Now you're using stats. What is it?
Well,
Do they
how
need
else are we going to look at defensive? Like, how else can you look at it?
Well, how often you get twined up, taken on, and you embarrass yourself defensively? Aaron Wan-Bissaka does get caught under the ball a little bit. I'm not claiming that he is the finished article right now, but to suggest that he doesn't have the ability to become a great centre back, fullback in the Premier League, I think is a madness personally. But you're all entitled to your opinions. He's been put into overrated. That is where he is and is going to stay as of right now. We have some super chats I've got to run to just now, and I've got to replace a few people because I had to update something, and it's meant that a few people have been moved around. So just give me 30 seconds while I fix this up. Where did we put Bacary? He was in good player, wasn't he? So it's weird. It throws people out, which is strange. Yeah, we're back to go. Right. Put Trent in the top 5. So Rapstar has backed. He has backed his player. That means Trent is back in the top 5, which means it's going to cost at least 10 to get Trent out of that category. Just so we've got full disclosure here on what these super chats mean. I want to keep up to date with these as best as I can. We've missed quite a few super chats, which is horrible of me. Winter Surfaces, where is Aspie? Aspie is on the list. He's here. Don't worry. Man City are the best team in the world. Says, where's Kyle Walker, Terry? Because Kyle Walker is clear of Trent. I didn't include Kyle Walker because I don't think he's a very good defender, but I apologize for that. Robbie here with a 20 pound super chat says, Jess, now you are being harsh. Don't take out your anger of Arsenal on AWB. Put him in top 5. AWB has been moved into the top 5. It means Ivanovic
That's just stupid, isn't it? That's just silly. That's just silly.
Don't disrespect my viewers. Don't disrespect my viewers.
I'm not, but
Hang on, mate. Hang on. Let me just get through these super chats, please. There's been another super chat that's come in here, and it comes from Centurions 100 points, £20 just been put in to put Trent back into overrated.
Yes.
That's been done. There's £10 minimum to get him out. There's another super chat though that's come in here. There's another one here. They're going at it tonight. They're going at it. Thank you for the donations to the terrace. It says, put Trent back. I can do this as long as you like. So now,
you know what, Terry,
bro,
Rapstar.
let me just go through this. Sorry, that means £20 now to get Trent out of the top 5 as it stands right now. Liverpool fans back in their boy tonight on the Football Terrace Live. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a dead baller. Looks like the Hulk on the ball. Terrible is what Frogs has got to say here. We're going to go to the next pick, and we're going to go back to Alan now. And Alan, I'm going to give you John O'Shea. Nice easy one. John O'Shea.
John O'Shea, overrated. I didn't think much of him as a player, as a fullback. I know he could play centre back as well, couldn't he? So he was versatile at times, but I didn't think he was all that. So overrated.
Overrated. Everyone agree with that one? Any challenges?
I wouldn't say he was rated that highly to say he was overrated. I mean, he's just
he was like a solid.
one of those that was in a good
fullback.
team.
He was a
Yeah.
good, solid player. Scored a great goal at Highbury, didn't he? Once when he chipped, was it Lehman? I'd say a good player. He went to Sunderland, right, with Wes Brown and kind of fizzled out. Yeah, I mean,
probably
a good player.
They put him in good, maybe. Yeah.
Hold on, so everyone's all right to go good, but Wan-Bissaka couldn't go in good. What?
a sensational point.
I mean,
do
I'm
you know
just
what?
saying,
What have you all
overall,
just
he's
said?
got an okay player.
Wait, what do you
He's an
mean?
okay player.
You're all
You know
saying
what?
that O'Shea could go in good, like as easy as that, but Wan-Bissaka could easily go in good. But we're saying
Do you know what?
Him in good.
No.
Do you know what that is, right? That is because Wan-Bissaka currently, United have not won anything with Wan-Bissaka. And I was about to, before you spoke, I was about to say people like John O'Shea, and who is the guy that's at Leicester at the moment that's injured? United guy, won the Champions League with you. Sensational centre-back. Evans. They're just players that did a great job for Man United in a very good Man United team. Now, I'm a fan of Evans. John O'Shea was a good player. You made such a good point that ultimately, because Wan-Bissaka, United have not won anything while Wan-Bissaka's there, he's not being put in that bracket. If United win the league, all of a sudden Wan-Bissaka will be spoke about very differently, just based on the fact that the team have won the league. And I'm a fan of Wan-Bissaka still, but it's a great point.
I think with AWB as well, we went through this couple of year period where it was fullbacks. All we cared about was how good they were at attacking, and legitimately, it made me like. It made me That's why Man United fans started saying defensive fullback. It wasn't a serious comment. It was a throwaway to the point that we suddenly didn't care how good or bad a defender was at defending. We only cared how good they were at crossing the ball. Man United fans still do it now. They all rave about Delo, and I'm like, do you see how open we are? We are honestly. I need to say the reason.
It's so relevant.
Yeah, no, it's good. I've got some more super chats I've got to do here. It's gone mad. So Robbie Singh has said, no, since people are taking the P here, this is for you, Sonny. Put AWB into GOAT.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I mean, over Trent all day. I'll have it.
£50 he's gone into GOAT. If you want to get AWB out of GOAT now, it's around 50. But Centurion stepped up here and stuck 50 on Trent to go back into flop, right? So that means it's going to cost £30 to get Trent out of flop. However, Rapstar says, nah, he's just stuck 50 on Trent to go back into the top 5, which means it's going to cost £30 now. £30 to get Trent out of the top 5 as it stands. There's an open space in there as well. Thank you for those wonderful donations, my brilliant subscribers and viewers. Thank you. Right, now, back to Harry. Harry, I'm giving you...
No, I think it's me, isn't it?
No.
I swear it is.
Was it Harry?
It's me, I swear.
Harry, I'm giving you Cesar Azpilicueta.
Oh. Yeah, this is... Go back. Let me see these overall players again, because... we're talking. Okay, are we talking about him as a left back? I assume, right? Not this whole like right centre back, right wing back vibe he's on now.
As a fullback, yeah.
As a fullback. Look, I've got. Okay, I'm gonna go with it. It's my opinion. No full screen malarkey, please. I'm gonna go with a GOAT.
You're putting him in GOAT.
Yeah,
Aspie has been.
I hear a massive backlash now, because when I put Trent in GOAT, there was a massive backlash. He's just put who in GOAT? Oh God.
Yeah, I feel like consistently over the past 7-8 years since he took over from Ashley Cole at left back, he's just been incredibly solid. He had a little bit of a dip, but I just feel like he's a really, 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 really good fullback. And it's obvious who the other GOAT is, and it's obvious who most other person's other GOAT will be. And it was a toss between that player and Azpilicueta. So I'm going to go with Azpilicueta. I just think he's really, really good. I also think he's a really nice man, carries himself very, very well. And that all contributes to me putting him
This isn't Love Island,
in
man.
the GOAT.
Oh,
it's for me,
Sonny,
for me.
your pick next, Sonny, and I'm giving you Luke Shaw.
You're mad, you know.
No, I rate Luke Shaw. He's a very good player, especially before his injury. And then after his injury, it's pretty shocking for about a year. And then he came back again. But he's not won anything. He hasn't won anything apart from the Europa League, has he? So I'd put Luke Shaw. I'd put Luke. It does matter. It does.
But you said it didn't matter earlier.
No. When you've not won anything, it matters. And Luke Shaw's gone in good play. I think he will eventually move up the list. But as of now, look, he's still young. He's a great fullback, but a good player for Luke Shaw. That is fair.
Yeah, I think actually it is fair. To be fair,
I mean, yeah,
you redeemed yourself there.
Yeah.
If he needs to even for me to get anywhere near a top 5, I wouldn't put him nowhere near a top 5 conversation right now. He needs another 5 minimum seasons like last year to even, and that's why I think with Trent to even put him anywhere near top 5 right now is disrespectful because he's done it for like 2 seasons. He wasn't that good last year. He had some moments where he was good. He had a very inconsistent season last year. The point is, what I would say, and this is where you're young, Sonny, and I don't wish to sound condescending, but I've seen a number of young players look brilliant and even be called generational when they were younger. Ask Arsenal fans about Francis Jeffers and how excited the whole country was about this. But not even that. I mean, there's other players out there like the Kieran Dyers of this world. I'm not saying they achieved what Trent did. Trent has done something above and beyond that. But when you're talking about the other players that we're looking at top 5 and GOATs, these mans did it for decades plus. And I just think that consistency is something that we shouldn't disregard. Who knows how good Trent's going to be in 10 years? He could go on to be the greatest ever. But to put him in over a Gary Neville, to put him in over Ashley Cole's and Patrice Evra's and Dennis Irwin's now because he's a very good crosser of the ball. Who knows? The point is, bruv, football might evolve again in 2 years where fullbacks are not being, or a new manager comes into Liverpool that isn't using the fullbacks as the chief playmakers, and suddenly Trent's assists drop from 12 to 15 a season to 4 or 5. Then what?
No, but Trent's so good, a manager won't do that. And the fact that he's at the age he is, and he already has trophies, iconic moments, goal contributions, you can name it all. And that age to have all that, I mean,
isn't his most iconic moment being
still
blocked
there,
from
right?
England?
Patrice and Ashley Cole are still there, and Gary Neville, they're still there.
Crazy.
You're projecting. You're projecting success.
We have a super chat. It says Liverpool fans talk about trophies, but when it comes to the Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard debate, they don't want to talk about trophies. And that's my favorite thing when I argue with Liverpool fans and they bring up trophies. It's them admitting that Lampard and Scholes are better. No consistency. But there we go. We move forward. Next pick is with who just went? Sonny went. So back with Daps, and I'm going to give you Patrice Evra.
It's getting easier now. I've noticed the names you called that haven't been mentioned yet, and all of them, I think, pretty much. He's top. I mean, he's top 5. I don't feel like I want to make the decision who the GOAT is, although it probably is one person that you mentioned earlier. But if there was one person that was pushing Ashley Cole, then it would be Patrice Evra for me.
So you're going to put him in top 5?
Top 5, hands down. I mean, Trent might be better than him apparently, but
yeah, it's mad. It's honestly mad. Jess, Gary Neville.
This is a hard one.
Let's put him in the GOAT. Just put him in the GOAT.
No way.
Yeah,
Did you just say GOAT?
Yeah. What's wrong with Gary Neville? You see who else is left?
Yeah, I'm Ashley Cole is. There's only one GOAT, right? Or is
there's two. There's two.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because I already know who my 2 are.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
He's one of them. So, and Patrice Evra has already been put in the level below. So then there's one left.
Yeah, maybe. Very defensive though, right? Very, very.
But in the era that he played, he was on one of the best teams in Premier League history. You know what I mean? Consistent. Showed up, was a leader. He did all the things that you would want.
I'd play Dennis Irwin over. Dennis Irwin over
Does
Neville.
Gary Neville get the respect he deserves, Terry? Do you think? Do you think he gets the worldwide recognition? Right. And then why is that? Because is that just perception?
It's
No, I'll tell you
also
what,
because I didn't start. I watched Gary Neville probably more than Dennis Irwin. You know what I mean? So it probably has something to do with that as well.
Gary Neville suffers with what quite a few of the Man United players suffered with. They were shoeboxed by Manchester United and Sir Alex Ferguson. They weren't doing interviews. They weren't talking to anybody. David Beckham did all that and got moved on. I feel like a lot of the other players had much better PR behind them. And especially it was even more important in their era because there wasn't social media. So it was how you out there. You know, no one liked Man United players because they were seen as arrogant and like didn't speak to anybody, didn't do interviews. And he was shoeboxed. And Gary Neville, for me, is also very unfashionable. Like he doesn't look great. Doesn't talk. Well, he actually talks punditry pretty well, I think, to be fair. A lot of people give him stick recently, but I think he's a very good talker now. But he was never looked at as a great person. The irony in that is because we were so successful. I've been watching The Last Dance, and you listen to what people say about Michael Jordan, and I'm not saying he's as good as Michael Jordan, but I'm making a team effort here. Man United players, like, you hear the stories that they'd win League Cups. They wouldn't even celebrate. It's like, great, they put the medal in a box and they'd be on their way back home to train the next morning because they were challenging for the Premier League title. I think that elite mentality made them quite boring, quite regimented, quite robotic. You lack of PR because the club wouldn't allow it to happen, and they were just undervalued. We did treble winning seasons at Man United, and we didn't have players like in the top 3 nominated for Player of the Year. It's honestly, it was a madness that era. I look back now and it's like, if your team did a treble now, one of your players is winning the Ballon d'Or. We didn't even win Player of the Year. Like, honestly, it was crazy the way it was handled. For me, best right back the Premier League has ever had, and he could cross amazingly well. He's overlap, and he invented overlapping. He rejuvenated the position. Do you know what I mean? And his partnership with David Beckham
revolutionized that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was obviously.
Hold on, did he invent crossing? Did Pep copy him?
No, well,
here we go.
Klopp actually must have copied Fergie because we had some of the most attacking fullbacks in the league in the 90s.
You did with Parker and Irwin.
There's nothing wrong with copying Fergie. There's nothing just like there's nothing wrong with Pep copying Klopp. There's nothing wrong with it.
Do you know how old attacking fullbacks are? Klopp's teeth were still brown when attacking fullbacks was about round, bro. That's what I'm saying to you, bro. They were still brown. We have some super chats I don't want to miss here. Robbie says, if Azpi is a GOAT, anyone can be a GOAT. I don't know what is happening to people in the UK. I'm definitely awake here in Sydney now. Put Shaw in GOAT. Won a European trophy and scored in a final. Man United fans tonight are absolutely backing their players. Luke Shaw has been moved for £20 into that GOAT category. It means
right
Azpi drops down. Azpi drops down. There is some more super chats to go here that I need to run to. I don't want to miss all of these. I'm very sorry, people. I've actually missed all of them from being going up on the screen. But he comes back again, says, put Irwin in GOAT. He stuck 10 quid to move Evra up a category as well. He's just putting all the Man United players into the GOAT category. He's breaking all the rules. But I can't. Even Robbo is better than Trent, is what Adam says. Who do you think's better, Sonny? Robertson or Trent?
It's Trent. It is Trent. I'm sorry.
No,
it's
what?
Of course, it's Trent.
No, it isn't.
I don't even feel the need to explain
No, it
myself.
isn't.
It's
Trent.
Trent.
Trent's first good season, when you played crucial games, Trent got dropped and they played Gomez out on the right because that's
Trent's
how
first
bad.
good season. He was about 19 years of age.
But that was only 2 or 3 seasons ago, and you're trying to call him GOAT. So if you want to go with only 2-3 years ago, don't call him a GOAT yet. But if you want to call him a GOAT, we have to talk about his whole career. His whole career, he got dropped because defensively he was so bad.
You have to add context of what you do at the age you're at as well and how young you are. So Trent, for me, it's guaranteed what he's going to do in the future as well. And I was asked if Trent's better than Robertson. Trent's better than Robertson.
Mate,
I'm pretty sure Robertson's even came out and said he believes that as well.
What are the lottery numbers for next week based on you guaranteeing that, please?
I'll tell you off air.
Lovely, thank you.
Guys,
I'll forgive you then.
Guys, we've got the last pick of the night. Alan's got this. I'm giving you a Chelsea and Arsenal legend. Ashley Cole. Alan, where are you placing him on this list?
Get this right. There's only one answer.
I've never met such an overrated player before. I'm joking, Jess. Relax. I hate saying this because he is an Arsenal and Chelsea legend. He was amazing for Arsenal, got better when he went to Chelsea, always performed for England. He's the best left back when he was playing. He was probably the best left back in the world for many years. It was Ashley Cole's a GOAT. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, everyone knows I'm a Man United fan. I love my football club. Ashley Cole was just so consistent. He was so good. I can't openly say it on camera that he was better than Patrice Evra. I won't. I love Uncle Pat too much, but I know how good he was. I only saw one player give Cole a terrible time for a couple of years in the Prem, and that was the greatest ever Premier League football player in Cristiano Ronaldo. And that was only like towards as Ronaldo was starting to hit his pomp and his real form. But yeah, Ashley was so. And the one thing I feel sorry for of Ashley Cole, not going to Chelsea, won him more things than he would have won staying at Arsenal, but he didn't get to attack as much. And he's again, young people forget when he was at Arsenal, he was an attacking, marauding fullback. And a lot of Chelsea fans used to moan, why doesn't he go past the bloody halfway line? That was Chelsea's style back then. He was so good and consistent and did it without being the star. He just got on with it. He was good he was so good every week. You didn't notice his 9 out of 10 performances anymore because it was so consistent. There was no peak. It was just, he just flatlined at the top. Do you get what I mean? Nothing stood out because it was so consistent that he was that good. He was just ridiculous. And when I heard someone the other day say that Robertson at Liverpool could go down to the best ever left back. And I'm just thinking, just not play like you're talking. He's got to perform at the level he's at for the next 10 years. He's got to stay at that level to get anywhere near Cole.
Not 10 years.
10 years.
No, for the rest of his career. I don't know if that's 10 years, but I think for Robertson to reach that, I think Robertson probably will reach that level. I'd give it another, you say 10 years, I'd say 5 years.
I feel like Ashley Cole is like there's goats and then there is just like super goat. I think Ashley Cole was on a different planet, like a different planet, and I mean that, like, especially for England, that game against Portugal, Ronaldo and whatnot. I know Terry said he struggled with Ronaldo towards the back end, but Ashley Cole, I feel like if he was playing now, you know, he would just be applauded every single week. He was ridiculously good. There was nothing he couldn't do. Yeah. He was,
and there was no question if he was the best or not. Good. There's questions about Andy Robertson and whether he's better than Luke Shaw. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think they're anywhere near on the same level. Like Ashley Cole, like
and what Terry said. And what Terry said, because you spoke about how he played at Arsenal going forward. Really good going forward, Trent. Then you spoke about how good he was defending. All right, so then we say Wan-Bissaka, for example. The guy literally was under 2 completely different type of managers and was still the best. Whatever style was put in front of him. And that's why right now he would be perfect for this league. Like, and there's not many from that era that you probably could say would suit right now. With him, you can say that. And you know what? Sensational choice in women as well.
Well, I mean, he was so good. He got away with shooting a work experience kid with a gun, and the club kept him on. Like, that's how you know when you're good at so good at something. You could literally shoot a work experience kid with an air gun, I will add, and like it's like, oh, it's terrible, but we're not getting rid of you.
Joey Barton got his whole career ended because of that. So
well, but if Joey Barton was as good a midfielder as Ashley Cole was a fullback, Joey Barton would have got away with a lot more because it's easier to look at Liverpool did when I think Flanagan obviously like you see clubs do it when they're star players like do drink driving or a bad crime. If they're a star player, you know, they'll find a way of like, oh, we're going to give him some counseling and support him and help him. When it's like some random squad player or youth player they don't care about, they'll make like a big kind of song and dance. We've got to stand up here and do the right thing and sack them and move them on. But that's just the way everyone is. We're going to just take a look here because we need to kind of get this tier list in order here before the end of the show. So, Robbie, I respect your super chats and I will make the moves afterwards. I'm just going to move AWB and Luke Shaw out of here for a second because we've got 3 other people that have been placed in GOAT. I'm also going to move Trent out because Trent was actually placed into that category naturally. So just so we can debate this out, who are the 2 GOATs? So I assume we're going to take Evra out because of the right back thing. Who then drops out from the natural pickings of which one of these 4 then drops out of the top 5?
One goes lower.
Yes.
Azpilicueta, probably.
Trent goes into future goals.
Trent's a future goat.
We can put him there.
Yeah. No, that's like saying Bruce Wayne's going to become Batman.
You know what? There's no harm in future. Look. Let's split. Nick, say that again.
What?
What? That's
Say
like
that again.
saying Bruce Wayne's going to become Batman.
Yeah, and if you watch, what's that thing called, Gotham, which is like a prequel, he isn't Batman yet. So it's true.
Yeah, but you just know he's going to become Batman. It's like watching from
No, we
season 1.
don't
As soon as you know his name, you're like,
Projecting.
yeah, all right, well, you're going to be Batman by season 5.
Sonny, it's what he's doing now. And what he's doing now is he's got all the abilities, future GOAT. He just needs to work on his defending
No, but
to put himself as a GOAT.
If you say future GOAT, for Trent, for you lot, you're saying he's a guaranteed future
No,
GOAT.
we're not. No, we're not.
No,
Potential.
No, yeah, future GOAT means potential.
Otherwise, the list wouldn't be there. Look, I'm a non-biased City fan, so I am not going at Trent, right? I think sometimes the banter on Twitter, we all go at Trent. He's sensational. His crossing of the ball is Beckham-esque. Great. But however much we slate Southgate, he didn't take him to the Euros, right? And we're talking about calling this guy a GOAT of fullbacks in
No, you can't
whole
say that.
history.
He didn't
I
get
can
taken
say
to the
that.
Euros because he was injured.
Sonny,
Come on, man. He wasn't being picked. You'll know that.
Trent could keep performing at this level for the next 5-6 years and still not be considered better than Ashley Cole. Like that could really legitimately happen. But I think we've come to a consensus. This is where we have placed everybody on the list naturally. This is us. So screenshot. This is what the panel's done. However, the super chats do count, and AWB is in, and Gary Neville's out. Shaw is in, and Cole is out because I have to respect the super chatters.
Terry, I want to see proof of this, please, because you've just put two.
Are you going to put John O'Shea up there as well, Terry, just to make it?
Terry, proof.
Hang on, you've all seen the super chats. I'll put them on the screen.
Put them right now. I want to see them right now.
A lot of them you
anymore.
couldn't get on the screen.
Oh, they're gone now, aren't they? Okay.
Oh, they were ages ago.
Legit, the viewers know. The viewers have seen them in the comment section. Like there's some purple ones came up. We get very few purple
Who
ones.
takes Ashley Cole out of the GOAT? I don't understand.
Man United fans are paying to get their players up the level. That's what they do. Liverpool fans are paid to get Trent out of jail tonight. So what I'm saying is this: we've got 10 minutes left, viewers. If you want to get any super chats interchanges, I'll let you know what the thing is right now. It's going to cost £50 to get AWB out. It is going to cost £30 to get Trent out.
You're a bad guy.
And guys, 1 second, please, guys. While I'm going through this, please. And it's going to cost 20 to get Luke Shaw out. One Man United fan has spoken to like 20 to get Luke Shaw out. That is what the viewers have set, not me. Not legit. Like it was Robbie Singh. Robbie Singh paid. Well, imagine me ignoring a super chat from a viewer. Imagine the disrespect. I would never do that to my wonderful. What was the name we called ourselves last night?
No, not the terror.
Not the terrorists. Someone said it.
Terrinators. Wait.
Terrinators. Yeah, that's what they want to call themselves. There you go. I'm not going to disrespect you all.
So has Rapstar fell back now? Because Rapstar was saying he could go it all night long.
No, Rapstar has put Trent. Has put Trent into the top. No one else has moved Trent out. So it's there. 10 minutes left to get that done. Look, I get the current fullback thing. Are there any other young fullbacks that any of you sort of look at and think, could also be in the conversation to like be looked at as future Premier League greats that are around right now? Who?
Could you
Robertson
speak on a team? Please speak on a player from away from Liverpool, just so I can.
No, but is Robertson one or is he not one? He is one.
Yeah, he is. He should be over Trent.
Yeah.
But we've already spoke about Robertson. So are there any other youngsters? Lamptey? Are there anyone else that we look at to think, oh, I'm really excited? Kieran Tierney. Is there anyone that's around right now that you're going, I really think this guy could become a star?
Yeah, West Ham's one. Sufal.
West Ham's one.
How old is he?
He's young as well. Pushed like 24 or
Is
something.
Sufal still? Is he young?
What's his name?
Let's look.
Sufal is like a solid right back.
I think
He's
his
more
hairline.
Like a Zabaleta type.
I think his hairline.
29.
I think his hairline makes him look a bit older.
Yeah, he's 29. He ain't no future star.
For me,
he's not at 29.
Guys, sorry, one at a time, please. Go on, Alan.
For me, Kieran Tierney's a future great. I think he's got all the ability. The only thing that lets him down is playing in that back line with Arsenal at the moment. I think since obviously it's true. It's true.
I thought you were going to say his injuries. Like, that's actually it.
No, that has a little bit big. But that back line with ever since when he first came to the, he seemed a bit more defensively. But now he just seems unsure of himself. He looks like he's trying to cover two areas, whether it's the left back position or left centre back position. He's just being like run ragged. Chelsea had a field day because he, like when they played against Arsenal, because he's just being misused at the moment. So for me, he has the potential, but if Arsenal don't sort that back line out, I think he's gonna dip massively.
Sorry,
He
I've
not
got-
that.
I've got to shoot.
Mental.
All
I've
right,
got
mate.
to
No
shoot,
worries.
everyone.
Robbie,
Take
Robbie,
care. All the best.
cheers. Robbie Singh here has said add another 10 to Luke Shaw. So that's 30 to get Luke Shaw out of GOAT. However, there's a change now. Sonny isn't going to be happy. Alpha Gaming has said there's the £30. Take Trent out of top 5, move him into overrated. That's £30 to get him out. That's been done. There is about 6 minutes of the show remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea fans have not stepped up for Ashley Cole. They haven't stepped up for him as it stands right now. Who knows what's going to happen here? Brian here says, where's Robbo? Fullback that can do both, is what Brian says. The reason I didn't put him on is because I don't think he's done enough to be in the conversation for the GOAT yet. And we put the young fullbacks in that we thought maybe could become future GOATs. That's why it was done that way around, my friend. Dwight McNeil has been solid for years. Is he not fullback?
He's a winger.
Winger, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
James just in the chat, and I do think that like he definitely has like the ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jane. I tell you who I was impressed with against us at Southampton was that Livramento, who's gone to Southampton from Chelsea. He looked very, very, very good. He was almost scary, actually, like how good he looked.
Who was the other player that didn't get placed apart from Stephen Carr? Who was the other player?
Wayne Bridge.
Okay, yeah, I did catch that. What I don't know why you didn't put Danny Rose there for a Spurs player rather than Carr.
Because I actually think Stephen Carr's position I think he's a great Premier League fullback. I think he was brilliant in the era that he played in. But Rapstar has stepped up here, people. 70. He has put 70.
Oh, he came through.
Oh, wow.
He came through.
Listen.
Trent, one sec, guys. Trent has gone back up. That now means it's going to cost $70 or pounds to get him out of that top 5 position, ladies and gentlemen. And you have 3.5 minutes.
Listen.
3.5 minutes to go.
Mr. Singh is built like that. I'm telling you now. He's going to come in with some insane to put probably Luke Shaw GOAT. Mr. Singh's going to come through and blow Rapstar away.
We'll see. I don't know if he's got it in him.
We'll see.
I'm telling you he's got it in him. I'm telling you he's got it. Come on, don't let me down now. I know you've got it in you. Do this for the whole of the Premier League, please. We cannot have Trent anywhere near top 5. Not even
Look
GOAT.
at the
Anywhere near top
bias,
5.
man. Everyone hates Liverpool.
What's the maddest bit with Rapstar? I don't understand why. I don't actually understand why what he's done. He hasn't put him into GOAT. Like he could have put him into GOAT for the same thing. But
he's doing the bidding war because he went quiet for a minute. Like he was just letting it play out. And now it's like, because I was about to get involved, to be fair. Then I saw £70, thought I'm done. I'm not that involved. But
Sonny, it's not that everyone hates Liverpool. It's basically like with Liverpool fans, you won the league first time in 30 years, and you said that it was the best ever Premier League team. Fans were saying the best ever. You know, it's just ridiculous. You overhype your players massively, and that's why other people say that they're not, because you put them
Are
too
you the
high
best
up.
team in the league? Wait, are you the best ever Premier League winners?
What, in my opinion?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
There you go then.
Do you know what? I don't hate you now.
No,
I'll
I
take
think
some things back.
Alan
It's
Paul's
the
on a really
Centurions.
Alan Paul's on a really good point. And this is where I get infuriated with some Liverpool fans. Is for 20 years in football debates, we couldn't mention trophies and what you'd won. It was all about like individual players and their ability, regardless of the teams they were in, managers they had. Now it's all been about, but did this player won a league, like broke all these records while doing it, and that makes it like a better achievement. And it's like, well, it's the moving of the goalposts in the debates for me. It's like with eye tests. I don't like eye test merchants, and I tell you why I don't like an eye test merchant. It's because eye test merchants consistently use stats to back up their arguments. But then when a stat like ruins their argument, they say you can't rely on stats. It's why I can't talk to them. Like they are literally, we have a guy that phones up who I love. He's a great guy. But every time he phones up to tell me why a player that he dislikes is bad, he uses their bad statistics as his proof. And I don't think he sees the irony in that. But there we go. There is literally 1.5 minutes to go of the stream. There we go. Jack here says Jess is the GOAT of pundits. That's a nice compliment there.
Thank you.
That's a nice.
Yeah, that is lovely. Yeah.
This is the agenda terrace. I mean, what I would say, but there's definitely an agenda tonight. There's an agenda to place and create a hierarchy and a ranking system for where people are at. Do we have an agenda? No, it's called No Echo Chambers. We share the link every day for you to phone up and have your say. If you want to come on and challenge, you know what to do, my brother. You know what to do. We have a
Terry,
Yeah, go on.
Reece or Trent?
John Arisa.
Or Trent?
Trent.
I'd go the other way, but
Yeah, my cousin will kill me for that. He was a pro footballer, and his agent was John Arisa's mum. If you're watching, Ben, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think Reece was good, man.
Loved her.
Reece was better than Trent still.
If you count youth players, then Terry, watch out for Alvaro Fernandez. He could break into the Prem in a few years as a solid left back. I don't know who that is, but I'll go and take a little look.
Agent.
It's his agent. It's his agent. They're bigging him up. There's 30 seconds left, people, to get those super chats in to move people around. A player I think that can be a future star.
Come on, Sing, please. Mr.
my
Sing,
bro.
please come through.
All I'm going to say is this: that the low for me satisfies this modern day phenomenon that everybody wants. He's very good going forward on the ball. He's technically gifted. Defensively, honestly, he's so lost. Winter Surfer Terry put the GOAT, Mr. Ashley Cole, where he belongs. Oh, wow. Hang on a minute. Oh, my days. Hang on. What's happened here? So listen, this is what has happened in the last few seconds. The last few seconds came in. Winter Surfer came in and said,
Hold tight, Winter Surfer.
put Ashley Cole into GOAT. That means Luke Shaw drops out.
How's he even there?
But Alpha Gaming says put Luke Shaw £80. He says put Luke Shaw. That's the £40 to put him in, and then he's using the other £40 to put Trent back. No, he can't do that to put him in the flop. I can't move him down one.
It's mad.
Well, what I'll do, because I can't do that because that's splitting the money. What I'll have to do is put him into flop because that beats the £70 the other guy had. But it does mean that Ashley Cole stays in that position because I can't split it between the two because it was 70 to get Trent down. I have to respect the other super chatters. Alpha Gaming at the 11th hour as Trent has ended up in the end in overrated stroke flop. Oh, wow. Alpha Gaming. He came through at the final moment. He literally, I know what he done. He didn't sit waiting there for me to say last 30 seconds. And he probably counted up to like 25 and then pressed send. He did it. Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
See, Sonny,
right.
if you would put Trent in future GOAT, no one would have touched him. People just left him where he is.
Future GOAT is way too kind for Trent to be in there. Or
Yeah,
Trent
it's way too kind.
No, the other way
Amen.
around.
You were
Trent
right.
is-
You were right.
Trent is
You're
way
right.
too good.
Just click that.
As a
Way
future
too kind.
GOAT.
Way too kind. Click that, Terry.
Oh, wow.
Listen, Trent up.
To where?
Rap start. I don't know what to do now. Like, listen,
All the way up.
this came in after the end. This came in after the last 30 seconds.
He forgot his bars, unfortunately.
I'm going to put this to the panel. What should I do with it? Like, this is on you. I can't make a decision because I feel like I'm disrespecting him for putting it in, but then Alpha Gaming put it in and he got it in time. This guy was late.
No,
He was
Bruno
late.
Fernandes scored a penalty
You're
after the
tardy.
full-time whistle. This can happen after the full-time whistle as well.
Viewers,
Right, for that comment
Viewers,
alone, there we go.
viewers, what should I do? What should I do? A lot of the viewers are saying too late.
Yeah, too late.
Oh,
Of course they're going to say
Tardiness,
that.
you got to learn.
As he spent quite a bit of money, I'd say move him up one to future GOAT, and then everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at future GOAT for him because he might
Not
technically get better defensively. Might. Doubt it, but might.
I mean, that's where he should be. We're talking about a lot of future projection
Yeah.
here. Like, future GOAT is fine.
No.
Yeah, if you people saying refund him, I actually don't know how there isn't a method, a technique, you can't refund a super chat. I know of that personally. He can make a claim back on it himself, and of course I would respect that.
Just have to put the goal down.
At the end of the day, we said last 30 seconds. It came in like literally 2 minutes later. I can't help that. It's not. I did say that. Do you know what? Someone says I'm being biased. I mean, but then if I put it up, then it's disrespecting the guy that got it in on time. Whatever I do here, I'm in a hard spot.
At what point do we turn to actual... Hold on. We're trying to argue, should we put Trent alongside
Should I put him in the future?
Ashley Cole?
What
Come
I'm
on.
gonna-
Aaron
Alpha
Wan-Bissaka.
Gaming is that final whistle, dude. Final whistle. It's one of them ones there.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka is still up there. I mean, we're in enough pain here.
This is Ashley Cole, and you're trying to put Trent alongside Ashley Cole.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka is next to Ashley Cole.
I mean, I hear that. I do hear that. However, that's probably about right. One can defend and one can attack. Put them
Man, just-
together, they're
man,
not
man,
actually cold. Even
no
put them together, they're
integrity.
not
How have I
actually
got
cold.
no integrity? Like whatever I do here, I'm going to get called. Literally, I'm a rock on a hard place here, and it is what it is. But we all know what everyone's doing here. Everyone knows what we're
Terry,
doing.
toss a coin. Toss a coin.
No, I actually can't. Like there was a time limit. I can't like say that's it. 30 seconds, boom, last one's in, and then be like, then you can. Otherwise, there's no last one in, is there? Just sit here all night. I can't do that.
He roasted the VAR.
Who's got the worst haircut?
Rapstar, message me if you want it back. We'll work out a way of doing it, my friend. And Alpha Gaming, stop laughing because it's not making my life any easier.
Everyone knows inside Trent would have been in GOAT now, so it's fine. Everyone knows, like, you know, it's not official.
Yeah,
but
everyone in
basically-
Anfield knows. That's it. Full stop.
Hang on, that's a good one. And do you know what we'll do? Rapstar.
Yeah.
We'll have another tiering session tomorrow. We will save your super chat for whatever you want to put it on tomorrow. That is a great way that we can do it. So that's 90 there, Rapstar. As long as you're about, bro, that's a great shout there from Dyke there. We'll pass it over for tomorrow and you can put it onto something you want tomorrow, my guy. Does that make sense? That's what we'll do. But as we already said on a lot of these things, we all know why people are doing the super chats. They're donating to the Football Terrace, a show that they enjoy. You know what I mean? And someone here, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But what we'll do, we'll let you put it across and onto tomorrow and put it on something there. I need to see that you're cool with that in the comment section, bro. That's what I'm waiting for, to see actually a normal comment from you. Don't super chat in saying yes or no. You don't need to give any more super chats, my brother. But we do appreciate it massively. Someone here, a lot of people are angry. It's like, it's not my fault. VAR, penalty to Rapstar. Rapstar gets to choose a tier.
He said all good.
He said all good. Yeah, look, that's why people with the super chat know they're supporting the channel. Brother, we'll give that to you a chance to do that tomorrow. And listen, everyone who has supported the channel tonight, a massive thank you. As we know, I could set up a PayPal and just do it via PayPal and take 100% of it. But you know, this is through YouTube. They cream most of it anyway. But there we go. Listen, everyone that's tuned in tonight, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless, and we'll see you all.